Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Get Out by Jordan Peele, then obviously...
Get out.
Okay, now that all my movie fanatics are here, let's get into the plot. Get Out starts quite sinister, with the person who we think is the main character getting kidnapped while walking down a suburban street. He mentions he's on his way to meet his girlfriend's family. Cut to young black photographer Chris and his girlfriend Rose getting ready to meet her parents. She says she hasn't told them that he's black, which makes Chris's TSA friend Rod suspicious, but Chris ignores this warning. In order to build her false pro-black persona, she saves him from a police officer on the way there.
You don't have to give him your ID because you haven't done anything wrong.
At the house, we are introduced to Dean the dad, Missy the mum, Walter the groundskeeper, Georgina the maid, and later Jeremy the brother, who seems to be more hostile than the rest. Take note of Missy's cup. Subtle hints of racism are dropped throughout his stay, and Rose's mum offers to help Chris quit smoking through hypnotherapy, which Chris declines. Walter's a weirdo when Chris goes out to smoke, and Missy hypnotizes Chris with her teacup from before, sending him into the sunken place. Chris thinks it's a dream and later joins Rose's family at a gathering which is secretly an auction for his body. Andre, aka Logan, resurfaces due to Chris's camera flash, and Georgina fights with the grandmother to resurface. Blind Guy wins the auction. Yay, my very own black boy! Chris finds photos of Rose and the other black people she's lured into her house. He gets hypnotized with the cup before he can leave and is tied up in the basement. However, he escapes using the cotton in the chair to block his ears when the teacup trigger sounds. When Jeremy comes to get him, he knocks him out. He kills Dean, Missy, and then finishes off Jeremy, then makes an escape, taking a knocked out Georgina with him, remembering how he couldn't save his own mother. Georgina, aka the grandmother, wakes up and attacks Chris. The car swerves and boom, Georgina's dead. The grandpa tackles Chris, but he uses the flashlight to bring Walter back to the surface. Walter gets the gun from Rose, shoots her, then shoots himself. Rose smiles as Chris is about to kill her, but Chris regains control and stops himself. Rod pulls up in a police car and they leave Rose to die on the road. Roman Armitage, Rose's grandfather, essentially found a way to do an extreme version of colonization in which the mind is fully invaded. The Quagler procedure contains 3 stages of transformation. Phase 1 is hypnosis. Phase 2 is the mental preparation. Phase 3 is the actual transplantation, but this is only partial, meaning a sliver of the original person will have limited consciousness within the sunken place, aka a deeper part of the mind. Rose has been luring black men and women into her home for years so that her parents can transform the white cult members into the black people who have their desired characteristic. In my opinion, the most obvious correlation between the movie and real life happens when Rose is pulled over but Chris's ID is asked for instead. This is blatantly in reference to the discrimination and racial profiling black people receive from police, especially in America. The constant racial fetishizing of Chris is quite prominent within the film. Instant connection to the subtle racist comments made on a daily that people may not even realize is racist, even the ones disguised as compliments. It also relates to the ongoing black baby fetish, where people get with a person of colour just to have beautiful mixed babies. Do you not understand that a mixed child can be of any complexion? So what are you going to do when your baby is too dark for your liking?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Chris continuously avoids confrontation by treating the very people that are being insolent towards him with respect. He, in a way, has to put his true feelings in the sunken place. A physical embodiment of marginalization. Jordan, you smart man. Jordan states that Missy's cup is in reference to how slaves were called by their masters using spoons and teacups. This only accentuates the true intentions of the family early on in the movie. Missy's spoon is also silver, which commonly represents class privilege. The fact that this spoon is used to control the black victims in this movie is just genius. We're also not going to breeze past how all the guests pull up to the auction in black cars. Black cars, black bodies, the foreshadowing is intense. When escaping, Chris outsmarts Jeremy at his own game, linking to the previous dinner conversation about sports, where he implies that Chris would be better at a sport based on brute force, such as MMA, rather than a strategic sport like jiu-jitsu. He says it's all about the brains, which given in the context of the plot of the movie, indicates that Jeremy believes that a black body with a white mind would be superior. He essentially believes that black people are less intelligent and the only thing that makes them useful are their physical attributes. The other cult members believe this too, as they all want Chris for different physical reasons. His eyes, his looks, his strength, his blackness.
Black is in fashion.
There's honestly so much more that could be said about this movie, but I'm gonna leave it here, otherwise this video would be hours long. Thanks for watching and happy Black History Month.